Yo, what up everyone? It's your boy Alter Tech back again with a new video, and today I have my first podcast and I have a very special guest. His name is Vanch. Okay, so me and Vanch met at the Oneplus Open Ears Forum. Was that the first time you met, or was it at the
Yes,
Keynote
yes.
event? Oh no, actually I met OnePlus at this OnePlus 6T Keynote event.
I was also
We
there,
got
but
tickets. Yeah, but we didn't know each other.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, like, what was your thoughts on the OnePlus 6T's keynote event? Because that was the first time they actually gave me the opportunity to go ahead and buy a ticket to actually attend a keynote event. I tried getting into Samsung and Apple. They're just way too big. There's just way too many people who actually want to go there. So this was actually my first opportunity to get into a keynote event.
I actually did like it. That was my first time I went there. The tickets were what, like I believe $30.
Yeah, the tickets were
I
pretty cheap, man.
Yeah,
What
thirty
was it?
dollars is not bad. And then the goodies were they gave the backpack, they gave us the bullet wireless. I think these were the two big ones from what I remember.
It was the first time they had a deal with a US carrier.
Yes, yes,
And
T-Mobile.
this is what I want to know, Vanch. Vanch, you are a big OnePlus fan. You're rocking a OnePlus 7 Pro. What do you think about the OnePlus 8 Pro?
I personally am not a big fan this year. Like 7 Pro, I would say was a peak. Like I like their design with no notch, no cutout, anything. Like that was probably one of my most favorite phones I've ever had. Like the 1440p 90 hertz. And then when I compare it to 8 Pro, for example, a lot of the things are very incremental. Okay, that's 120 hertz. It's still but I don't really think it's worth for me to upgrade for only 30 more hertz. Like I'm probably not gonna notice it. And the hole punch, people say you get used to it, but why should I get used to it when I'm already used to no cutouts on my display? And a lot of people are complaining they have green tint issues. Like 7T series also had it. Now 8 series also has it. Like I don't understand what's going on. Like 7 Pro, there was no such issue, and they're actually still manufacturing
Well,
7
what
Pro.
what exactly is the green tint issue? I mean, I've never seen a screen with a green tint issue. Like, is it really something dramatic? Like, does it really ruin the
Okay,
experience? Yeah.
for some of them, yes. Most of the people that I know, oh, they only find it when they look for it. So
Right.
if you the easiest way to find out about it is if you go on your OnePlus phone, use settings, and then you go to OnePlus Laboratory, I believe, like under utilities tab, there will be an option for DC dimming. If you enable that and then put your brightness as low as possible, it will go lower than it usually does in without DC dimming. And then once you open a gray image, like I tested on incognito on Chrome, and a lot of the people can see the green tint. Like some of them have like on top right, top left. Like it's you like when I
So
tried
it's
on
like a
my 7
software
Pro,
thing, right? Or is it hardware?
it seems like hardware. I don't think it's software because I remember seeing one of the videos by I believe Mr. Mobile. I may be wrong on this. He was showing off the Samsung S20 series, and then there was a green tint issue on that, but it was very minor compared to what 8 Pro series had. And recently, I think iPhone 11, a few iPhone 11s have such issues with the green tint issue. I'm not sure if it is the same thing as what the 8 series is having, but I think that it's something to do with Samsung displays.
Interesting. Yeah, because Samsung does make the displays for OnePlus. I mean, that's interesting as well. But when I was a OnePlus guy, a lot of people were just hitting me up randomly, just complaining about the green tint, and I was like, I can't really help you. Like, I mean, I don't have never seen it, I don't understand it. But they're like, oh, only when I put DC dimming on. I'm like, then just turn it off.
Yes.
But some of them are just really fighting for this issue, and they're just no, I'm just going to return it. This is unacceptable. Blah blah blah. But
They
it is what it is. But the OnePlus 8 Pro, the issues, it's been a lot more. I think it's a bigger issue than the green tinting issue on the 7 series.
Yes, because like it's what like $900 and I'm buying a $900 phone and I'm getting such issue. Like I wouldn't accept it. But you're right, just turn off the DC dimming. Actually OnePlus did send
But
a soft yeah.
yeah, aren't some people still getting the green tint on the 8 Pro despite having DC dimming off?
Yes, but it's not,
Right.
apparently it's not as noticeable as when it's the DC dimming is on, but yeah, it's still there. Like I never had an 8 series or 7T series, so I can't really tell you what it is. But OnePlus did send out an update recently on the 8 series, which apparently fixes the issue. I'm putting down code fixes, but I don't think it fixes. I think Super Staff TV also mentioned in one of his videos. The lowest brightness of the 8 series is higher than what 7 Pro has. So
Right.
they're basically hiding the issue by increasing the minimum brightness. I don't think that's the way to go,
Oh.
but I think that's one way you can fix it.
Yeah, to like stop people from complaining all the time. So, what would it take for you to get impressed with a new OnePlus device? Like, what was it? What did you have in mind? What was the ideal OnePlus 8 Pro phone?
Okay, if you take the camera and move it back to a pop-up, or even better, under the screen, that will
Pop-up
compel me
camera.
more. Like making my screen notchless, no cutout, just the way my 7 Pro is. And if possible, making those phones flat. I don't mind curved displays. I do like them, but the problem is keeping them safe, like putting a tempered glass on it. Like I think you did it for me back in September, and it
Yeah,
cost me like
it's a nightmare.
$40 just to get that tempered glass. That 40, it's not worth $40.
But for me, for the OnePlus 8 Pro, man, I think they got me with the price. They say the price is $899,
Yeah.
but there's three colors. There's the blue, the black, and the green. I want the blue one, and the blue one is only available in a 12 gigabyte, 256 gigabytes of storage configuration, and that's $999.
Plus
So
the sales
technically,
tax on it.
so you got some YouTubers out there doing the review. Some of them they're calling it the phone of 2020, the best phone of 2020.
Well, the main primary lens has been upgraded. The ultra
Okay.
wide is the same as what 7 Pro has as primary. So their ultra wide pictures are apparently
Oh,
better. The field of view, I believe, is 117 compared to the competition. Some do 120. I think Apple does 123, which is even wider than what 7 Pro does. I would have liked if the ultra wides were wider.
oh, you mean like on the Samsungs and LG series, right?
Yes, they're much wider than what 7 Pro offers. Well, it's 8 Pro even in this case now.
What do you think about the? Did you get a chance to see some of the sample photos from the OnePlus 8 Pro?
I did, but here's the thing. I'm not a big photography person. Like
Right.
back when I had OnePlus 5, I was fine with it. All I do is point and shoot. I believe Pixel would have been my ideal choice because they're best for point and shoots.
Right.
I do not really care about the quality as much as a lot of people do. Like, oh, look, the HDR was better on the iPhone. The Pixel handled the background noise better. For me, if the picture looks good on my phone, I'm satisfied with that.
Interesting. Well, for me personally, based on what I've seen, I just didn't feel like it was like a $300 upgrade compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro. And I'm saying $300 upgrade because the 7 Pro when it came out, I don't know, it was 8 gigabytes, 256 storage
Was
for,
699.
all right, and the 12 gigabyte model was like what, 50 bucks more?
Yeah, 749.
Yeah, so like right now to get the 12 gigabyte for the 8 Pro, it's like $100 more. Is there any reason for that? Are they using like more expensive RAM or something? More
Well,
expensive
yes, they
storage?
are. They are using more efficient RAM. They're using DDR5 RAM now. But and the 7 Pro and even 7T series use the DDR4 RAM. OnePlus 8, I believe, also uses DDR4 versus DDR5. I think only the 8 Pro uses DDR5, which is apparently more efficient compared to its previous gen.
Damn, I wish we could get our hands on it. Unfortunately, it's not coming to T-Mobile, so you have to buy it directly from OnePlus. Do you have any idea why they did that?
That's another, yes. So I believe the price versus how popular they are in the country. A person will not enter a carrier phone like, oh, let me buy a new phone, and then they see a brand they never heard of, OnePlus in this case, and see a $999 phone, and they will not be as impressed. Samsung always does like discounts like up to 50% off on their
Right.
phones.
If you had to guess, what did you think the OnePlus 8 Pro's price was going to be?
I was expecting $100 less than what it is right now. So $799 and
700.
$899.
Yeah, yeah, same here. And unfortunately, I mean, in India, it's like this, it's what, 750, 799, something like that. I
Yes,
know it's definitely cheaper in India.
and the smaller one, I believe, if you convert it, it's like around $524, somewhere around that line.
Yeah, is there like a specific reason why we're paying more? Is there
Mm,
some kind of like, taxing, like hidden tax or like,
There's more competition over there, and they have to look at the crowd. Like they're really famous over there because of the cheaper price. US, they never became as famous as they were in India. So I think it's not a bad move. Like this was gonna happen sooner or later, let's be honest. Like they can't just stick to
wait,
300, 400
why do you think it was bound to happen?
because like they're a for-profit company. They need to make money. And the only way they can make money is by raising the prices, getting more attractive phones out there.
Yeah, but I mean, I felt like they had something going with the OnePlus 7 Pro. Like at $700, that's like the most I would probably spend ever. But for them to jack up the price by $300 or $200, it was just, and for what? IP certification for fast wireless charging. What
And
else?
their 5G. Okay, I have a lot of
Oh
complaints
yeah,
about
5G.
5G. I have a
Yeah,
lot of complaints.
yeah.
So, the 8 Pro doesn't support the millimeter wave that can be used on Verizon. So if you buy an 8 Pro, forget about 5G. You're not getting that on
Wait,
Verizon.
so if you buy the unlocked 8 Pro from OnePlus.com, you can't use it on Verizon with the millimeter wave?
No, you can't. It does not support millimeter wave. Even the 8
It's
series,
wow.
if you buy it from, well, if you buy unlocked 8 or 8 Pro, you're not getting millimeter wave. The only way to get millimeter wave is buying directly from Verizon. The Verizon model is physically different than what the unlocked model is. So let's say you buy it from Verizon, and now you want to get a case for it. You can't go on OnePlus.com and buy it. It's not gonna fit your OnePlus 8.
So if you want a case, you gotta go where? To Verizon.com or something?
Well, yes, or someone that specifically manufactures.
Whatever antennas or whatever is going on inside there. That's why the dimensions is slightly bigger.
But if I'm spending 799 on that phone, like so Sprint is using mid-band, so when T-Mobile and Sprint were teamed up, Sprint uses mid-band 5G, and T-Mobile uses lower band. Verizon uses the high band, which is a millimeter wave. So
And the OnePlus 8 starts at like 650 or something like that, 699, right?
unlocked ones, yes, but the Verizon and T-Mobile variants they start at 799.
That doesn't make any sense. I've had the OnePlus 7 Pro, I've had the OnePlus 7T, you have the OnePlus 7 Pro. Is it like do you ever like hold your phone and feel like, oh man, like I need more, I need it to be faster. I need more I
Never,
need the latest. No, right? No.
never.
Even with the OnePlus 6T, I was really content with the speed on that. It really didn't lag too much and whatnot. But the marketing for OnePlus is like, faster specs and high-end specs. And how far is that going to take them?
Okay, in this case, I do like what OnePlus does. What they do, like, yes, you can see a difference between 7 Pro and the 8 series yet, but like the OnePlus phones overall, like they remain fluid even after 2 or even 3 years. If you compare that with LG phones,
Right,
after a year or so, you will start seeing a lot of stutters, I would say, right?
right.
But my 7 Pro, I've been using it for over a year. I got it when it launched, and I have not experienced like at all. And I'm running open beta. I'm not even running the stable.
Is that for the price point, man? I'm not exactly sold, man.
If I did not
Um,
have a 7 Pro right now, okay, I'll start again. If I did not have a 7 Pro right now, and I was looking towards the 8 Pro or even 8, I would not buy either of them. I'll go for 7 Pro because it's going for 499 or 549 right now.
exactly. Same thing I said. I sold my OnePlus 7T, and if I were to go ahead and, if for some reason I wanted a OnePlus device again, I would go for the OnePlus 7 Pro. I would go for the one with the best bang for my buck.
And no green tint issue.
Oh, it doesn't have a green tint issue? It's only the
No.
7T and the 8 Pro.
Yes. The 8,
Wow,
7 and
what'd you
8
think of that,
series.
man? Wow. Bro, I've gotten so many DMs from people like across the world, like from India and stuff, just complaining about the green tint. And I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to do, man? Man, for the OnePlus 8 Pro, here's what I was expecting. Like, I was expecting a selfie camera built underneath the display. It wasn't really much of a need to get wireless charging, like super fast wireless charging. I would have been fine with just normal like wireless charging.
But
But
like
that new technology is so expensive, man.
they're all about speed though, so they can't really just put in a 5-watt charger and be like, oh here, you asked for
Oh,
wireless charger, there you
makes
go.
sense.
They had
I
to
got
bring in the wireless in order to impress the competition as well.
So this might actually be one of the best phones of 2020 then.
I don't know about that.
Here, who's your, close top two pick for the best
Okay,
phone so far?
okay. If we don't count 2019, I would
Right.
say that I have a lot of hopes in Pixel 5. Top two, even, I would go for S20. Not the S20 Plus or the Ultra, S20. They have almost flat screen display, and they're still running 120 Hz across their devices, and their camera performance overall is superior. I wouldn't notice it, but other people might.
For the 120 hertz, I'm really bummed out that they didn't give us the option of giving us Quad HD and 120 hertz.
Yes, they should have done that on at least the Ultra variant because that's the Ultra, that's your best phone. Why can I not go to 1440p?
Poor battery life, right?
Yes, but let me decide that. Like you're giving me the option for 120 Hz, which will obviously drain more battery, but I also should have the option for the screen resolution. Why am I locked to 1080? 8 Pro also has it, but they're not locking it. They're letting the user decide what they want. Netflix only tops up to 1080 on Android phones. I don't know about iPhones, but
Oh,
on
you
Android phones,
serious?
1080 is
Even
the
if you
max
have
you can
the,
have.
the highest plan and whatnot?
Yes, 1080 is the max you can go. If it
Wow, that's
HDR, it will be a
crazy.
benefit, but
Bro, that's so, well, maybe for like YouTube, if you're watching YouTube videos in Quad HD, that could,
yes,
that could work.
I don't want I don't mind if my phone drops to 60 hertz when I'm on YouTube because I'm on YouTube to see the content, and the best way to see the content is with better resolution. If I cannot watch in 1440p, I'm stuck on what 1080 in a $1,400 Ultra phone. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Wait, so how's your OnePlus 7 Pro right now? Like, you've had this phone for over a year, so how is it holding up?
Snappy as day one. I still do get impressed by the warp charging. There is no wireless charging, I understand, but like I don't mind not having wireless charging if I have such a good fast charging way. Like warp charge actually does satisfy my need. I charge for 30, 40 minutes, I'm done.
Okay. And how's the battery health? I know, like, for me, I was always worried about, uh, you know, fast turbocharging your phone, like, constantly every single day. Because with physics, you obviously know, like, at that speed, at that capacity, every single day, it's probably going to cause the battery to wear out quite faster.
Okay,
So,
yes.
what's your battery
So
life?
my battery, I get around 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. I used to get about 5 when it was new, so 45 actually I don't mind. If I can save over an hour by charging my phone faster and losing 30 minutes after a year of constantly doing it, I don't mind it. Also, there's a Oneplus Diagnostic App that I downloaded. It's on AP Camera, the latest one. You can see what's your battery health. My battery health is at 86%. Overall, it went down faster compared to my OnePlus 5. My OnePlus 5 after 2 years was 90% capacity. This within a year is 86. I don't know how it'll be by next year, but the battery costs about like $12 on the OnePlus.com site plus the
Serious?
labor cost.
Oh,
So I
so
would
labor
pro-
cost should be how much?
I would guess around $40, $50 at least. But
Or
2 years of warp charging and then paying $50 just to get back to 100%. Actually, I don't mind it. I'll say that. I don't mind that. I'll do it.
So, like, after 2 years, you said you're probably just gonna go ahead and root the phone and install your own custom ROM or whatnot.
Yes, once it stops supporting from the software side, or if they only do security patches, but so after 2 years, I'll just end up downloading a different ROM, which will give me more features maybe, or but at least I'll know that yes, I'm getting updates, and I can make my phone last up to 5 years if I really want to.